everybody to Bill's Nanos. I want to thank everybody who's been subscribing to my channel here lately. I'm at 359 and I'm trying to get to 500, so I'm still lacking about 140 people to get up to the 500 mark. But in today's video, I'm getting some Grindal worms. I hope I'm saying that right. Or Grindal worms, and everything that I watch and everything like that. There's always a lot of problems with mites and stuff like that. And a lot of times when people are doing the cultures, from what I see, they're using potting soil. Well, potting soil has a lot of eggs and stuff like that in it for mites and bugs and everything like that. So there's another solution out there, cocoa coir. So I've had some cocoa coir sitting around here. I was going to do microgreens some years ago and never really got into it. It was a lot of work, and I didn't have time. So I had a whole bag of cocoa coir. So what I'm doing is I'm actually soaking the cocoa coir right now, trying to get it broken up and stuff like that, and getting it expanded. Because cocoa coir, it don't take a lot, but it expands in the water, but it also creates a sanitized or a healthy environment when you're trying to do a culture. I did raise some worms, composting worms, a couple years ago, and always use cocoa coir because after a while, earthworms and stuff like that, they actually eat the cocoa coir. I don't know what Grindal worms does, but this is all new to me. I'm just trying to find a different way to feed my fish live foods. And like Monia, like Daphnia, everything like that, they reproduce. So you can have an never-ending supply of stuff that you need. Okay? And the Grindal worms, doing a culture of them, they keep, multiplying, and multiplying. So you could have a never-ending source. I've got 2 cultures coming, so I'm going to set up 4 little tubs to do the worms with. Probably needs a little bit of moisture here. I have in my fish room, I have a bar sink. Or you can just take some water out of your fish tank, and that'll work as well. And what I did is when I put the water in here, I didn't use chlorinated water or anything like that. I have a filter on my sink that takes out chlorine, chloramines. It's an RV filter. That way I don't have to worry about chlorine, chloramines, or anything like that getting concentrated in any of the stuff that I'm using. So that's pretty moist right here. You just want to be able to have a little bit of moisture that comes out, because these worms, they like a moist culture. So they are coming. They should be here tomorrow. Today is Sunday. And what I did for my containers, I was hemming and hawing on what to do, and I went to the Dollar Tree and I got some tubs. They have a lid on them. So The first one, I tried to drill a hole in it, and I used what they call a step drill bit. And of course, you know, it cracked and everything like that. I could save it because it crashed, all you got to do is tape them up. Okay, so I'll sweep up when everything gets dry. Once I got a handy dandy towel here. Never can have enough towels around a fish room. These I got back. You probably saw, if you saw any of my videos, I got them off of Temu. The picture was kind of different. These ended up being little washcloths, but I ended up buying some more towels off of Temu, a 12-pack. Pretty good kitchen towels. You really don't need nothing more than that. So anyway, I used my step drill and trial and error, stuff like that, you know, to try to figure out what to do with a step drill so you don't crack the lids and stuff like that. So what you have to do is, because these things are real flimsy, is you set it on a piece of wood, take your step drill and drill out your hole. But you don't want to suffocate the worms or anything like that. So another usable thing that is out there, because these things are breathable, K-cup filters. So you drill out a big enough hole for a K-cup filter, stick a little bit down in the hole, spread out the filter, and then tape it down so it seals it up. And once you seal it up, that way mites or anything like that can't get into your culture. Not that they would hurt, you know, the worms or anything like that, but who wants to deal with mites? They're just a pain in the ass. They get all over the place, and to me, they're kind of disgusting. Never could figure out why we have stuff like that in the world, because there's just no use for them. The only thing that's good about them is if they fall in your tank or anything like that, guess what? Free fish food. So what I did is, after you push the filter through the hole, I put it back out again. Okay? That allows for everything to breathe pretty good. So like I said, I got 4 tubs that I set up. That one's got a little crack in the lid, so handy dandy Scotch tape. I mean, of course, these things only cost me $1. Okay? So it's not like I spent a fortune on getting these bins. So, again, what I do, or what I am doing, stick the coffee filter through the hole, and then spread out the coffee filter so that you can tape it down and get a seal so that none of your mites or anything like that will go inside of the little container. You can use Rubbermaid, you can use anything you want. You can use yogurt tubs, you can use whatever you want. I just wanted something that was going to be everything looking alike, and they are smoke. You can get them in clear or anything like that, or you can get the smoke colored ones. The reason why I got the smoky colored ones is the worms are white, so it's going to be easier to find them, see them, and then harvest them to feed to my fish. When I actually get my culture in tomorrow, I'll be doing an updated video, or a continuation of the video, so you can see the worms coming in and stuff like that. So, very simple, very do-it-yourself. Okay? And then they'll sit on top of the bins like that. And then then I have a shelving unit that I'll store the boxes on, and I'll put them just like that, you know. I don't know how much dirt you're supposed to put into them. So like I said, this is all going to be new to me. But I got a bunch of cocoa core here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to split it up between the 4 tubs. As best as I can, eyeballing it. And if your filter gets pushed down, you can always pop it back up as well. And even if there's a little bit of water left over, I would put it right in with the worms or with the bedding. So that way, you know, the pea moss has a little bit more time, or the cocoa core has a little bit more time to expand. Because I've only had it in the water for not even 20 minutes. And cocoa core, like I said, so cocoa core is sanitized because it's all dried out, compressed, and everything like that, and it's done with heat. And that's all there is to it. So that is the bedding, and they are ready to receive the worms when they get here tomorrow. Okay? And that's all they're going to look like. Simple, easy, do it yourself. But like I said, when you go to drill the hole, if you get these bins from the Dollar Tree, okay, they're real flimsy on top. So I would suggest, you know, when you go to drill your hole, put it on a piece of wood, scrap piece of wood, to drill your hole. That way, the lid has backing, and it's not prone to push in and then crack and do all that on you. So when the worms get here tomorrow, we will add some more to the video. If you like stuff like this, do me a favor, subscribe to my channel. Hit the like button for me for the YouTube algorithm. And if you want to turn on post notifications, you can do that as well. I've been posting videos at least one a week here lately. I've had some time from work to be able to do such thing. So do me a favor, just subscribe, and I appreciate everybody watching. I appreciate everybody who subscribes to my channel. I got some stuff coming in this week, so there's probably going to be maybe 2, maybe 3 videos this week. I did one yesterday about my ponds and stuff like that, and I've got some fish coming in this week. One or a couple of fish I've been wanting to get, and the other one I just found, and we'll talk about that more through my fish unboxing. But I'm not going to reveal what it is at this point in time. So stay tuned. Like I said, I'll be back tomorrow as soon as the worms get here to add the worms into my cultures. So y'all have a good day so far, and we'll be back tomorrow. Hello everybody, I'm back. I got my Grindal Worm Cultures off of eBay. They were delivered about 12 o'clock today, and it was nice 78 degrees here today. I actually got a real knife this time when I'm going to open up the package. Don't know what they were sent in, don't know what to expect. I'm actually opening the box right here in front of you. Wow. So I bought 2 cultures of the Grindal worms. And you can tell they don't stink. So I believe they're in soil. But you can tell right up on top are all the Grindal worms, sides and everything. So what I'm going to do is I have 4 bins that I'm starting, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to split it up between the 4. They did a good job on taping. It came in from Utah, is where the cultures came in from. So they were in the mail over the weekend. Cannot tell if they're moving around. Oh yeah. You can see the little tails and little worms all moving around. Look at the culture a little bit more here. But there are a lot of them. And it looks to be like they use cocoa core. So that makes it even better yet, that they actually use what I'm actually going to put my culture in. I don't have anything to get them out with, so they're just worms. Big chunk of them there. Grab another one here. Another big chunk of it there. About half here. And the other half is right in there. So on the sides there's a whole bunch of the culture. So I'm just cleaning out the dish. Some people may get grossed out at it the way it looks, but you know, if you're squeamish, this probably isn't for you. Looks like a healthy culture. I don't think I'm going to get 100% clean out of here, but doing a pretty good job at it. So what I may do is after I get it almost all clean, to the best of my ability, I got some outdoor tubs outside. I don't know how long the grindal worms will actually last in water, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull over some of this cocoa core, and I'll mix the worms in with the cocoa core. And like I said, I started 4 cultures. Some people complained that, or were saying that their cultures crashed real easy. People feed them dog food, moisten down dog food. I got some dog food upstairs because I do have a pup. So what I'm here, I'm just going to put the lid on the inside of it. I have to figure out something for the other tub. And here's culture number 2. Check them out in the light here because I'm yep, those are moving around in there on the lid. And I can see them inside the tub that they came in. So there's 2 of the cultures there. Get my other lid off of this other one. And who knows? Maybe I'll have cultures available in the future. So like I said, if you're squeamish or anything like that, this may not be something for you. But once you get a culture going, it just keeps growing and growing and growing. And you can start new cultures down the line if you want to do that as well. You just pick from one culture and start it in a new one. I did white worms at one time. And well, I did what they call banana worms. So the problem I had with banana worms is I didn't like I put them in mashed potatoes with yeast, and the smell was really, to me, I couldn't stand the smell of it. So I started looking for other alternatives. And this is one of the alternatives here because they're in dirt, so there isn't that stink of the yeast and all that other good stuff. And there we are. We just mixed them all up with everything. And I'm not really squeezing down on the culture either. I'm just lightly breaking it up and getting it mixed throughout the cocoa core that I have. I am going to have to figure out some sort of plastic to put in the other two bins. I don't know what I want to use yet, but it's going to be some type of hard plastic. And that is that. My Grindal worms are in my cultures. I got some stuff in here. I don't know what it is. Okay, they even recommended with the directions, you need 2 containers for 1 culture. Oh, at least an 8-cup capacity. So that's what these are here. It says pasteurize the substrate. Well, I didn't have to do that because I'm using cocoa core. Fill the container 2 inches deep, which I did that yesterday. It says for food, pest-free dry kitten kibble because it has a high level of protein and fat for the first weeks. Add small amount of food. The food will need to be moistened first so it's easier for the worms to eat it. It says it's going to take up to 1 to 4 weeks to be able to start harvesting of them. And it says place a flat piece of plastic like a small lid or plexiglass directly on the top of the food. And then the worms will cover them from there. So I had already, without even knowing, I had already set everything up before I even got them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these containers and I'm going to throw them in here and see if the Grindal worms will actually work their way down in here into the cocoa core. Got nothing to lose in trying that. So there it is. These are my worm cultures. And I think they're going to do really well. The worms came in highly alive. They said that they were 16-ounce containers, which that's exactly what I got. And I already did stuff previous to what their directions were because I've raised earthworm. I've actually raised night crawlers and stuff throughout my lifetime, so I knew exactly for worms and stuff like that how to actually set them up. So again, we'll go over it. When you go to set up your culture, if you were to get this culture, I did get it off of eBay. It came from Live Fish Food, JC's Live Fish Food, right off of eBay. If somebody wants to go in there and get some, I'm really happy with the culture. Came in, They mailed it out, I believe it was Thursday. And of course, it was a weekend. Weekends screw up everything because apparently the post office can't deliver on Sundays unless it's priority. But no big deal. I mean, they're just worms. It's not hot out up here. If it was 100 degrees or something like that outside, then I would have been concerned. But it wasn't. Today was high as 75 here. But that's all there is with setting up the culture. Very simple, very easy. I paid, I believe it was $18.99 per pound of culture. I got 2 of them, so with shipping it ended up being $40. So with shipping and everything like that, it's $20 per culture. I've got 4 bins going, so break that down even more. It's $10 a culture that what I'm starting here. It's very cost effective. I gotta get some food and stuff like that to be able to give it to them that's high in protein. I do have salmon food I feed my dog upstairs, and I may use that. I may have some stuff up there that's actually got venison and stuff like that in it, but they're high in protein. But that's all there really is to setting up the culture. Very easy, very simple. Once you get them going, you're going to have a live food to feed your fish. Live foods are always great for feeding fish instead of all the dry foods. Just to do a little update on my Monea that I started last weekend, we'll go over and take a look at those. So here we are, and if you can see in the tank all the little stuff that's in there, those are going to be all the Monea, or the little brother to the Daphnia. But there's that one, and I have this one down here. I'm going to give them a few more days before I actually start harvesting all them. But I've been feeding these each and every single day with just a yeast spirulina powder combination. And I put it in there in the morning. And by the time I get home, the tanks are pretty well clear. So they're being fed very, very well. The population of them has almost doubled already, and it's only been 7 days. So between the Grindal worms and the Monea, I'm actually looking into figuring out how to do scuds. I don't want to do banana worms. I don't want to do the white worms. I've already been through that process. I don't like it. It stinks. At least with the Grindal worms, they're done in dirt. That I can handle. There's usually not a smell or anything like that when it comes with worms in the dirt and stuff like that. There's a little bit of a smell, but nothing like there was with the white worms and the banana worms. They just thoroughly disgusted me. That's why I didn't continue doing them. My culture crashed. I had it for about a week, and it just crashed on me. So I didn't even try to even start another one. I just didn't want to get into that smell and all that other good stuff. So if you want to do some Grindal worms, I mean, just the pound tub of itself is a lot to start a culture with. So these little tubs here, $1.25 a piece. The little coffee filter I put on top for air with the hole. What is that? Half a cent for those. I already had the cocoa core here, but if you had to buy it, cocoa core is not that expensive. You can use dirt if you want to use dirt, but like I said earlier, if you use dirt, a lot of times your potting soils or dirt and stuff like that, they already have the mite eggs in them. So you're just going to take your culture, and you're going to create the mite problem right from the beginning. They say you can heat it up in an oven. I don't know. I've never tried to cook dirt in my life. It's not very tasty. But coco coir, it's all heated up, compressed, dried out, and packed. You add water to it. No mites, no eggs, no nothing like that. It's all actually a sterile culture form. So I want to tell everybody I appreciate everybody subscribing to my channel. If this is something you like, you've never seen any of my videos before, subscribe to the video, to my channel. Hit the like button for me. If you got any comments, questions, or anything like that, feel free to ask. I'm a very, very transparent person. I don't hold back. If I don't like something, if I think something's bullshit, it's a ripoff, I'm going to tell you. I'm not going to sit there and try to sugarcoat things. It's not who I am. Had a person ask recently if I was a veteran. Yes, I am a United States Marine Corps veteran. I was in the Marine Corps back in the 80s. For some of you, that's probably before you were born. And I did my time when I got out. Proud to be a Marine, proud to serve for the United States of America. But anyway, like I said, if you like the channel, subscribe to it for me, please. I am at 362. I got 138 people to subscribe to my channel, hit that 500 plateau, and then I got 500 after that to hit 1,000. But I'm taking short steps at a time. So I just want to say thank you to everybody for subscribing. If you have any ideas, this is one of the ideas here that somebody gave me. I was looking into it anyway, but here's the Grindal worms. Set up the cultures. I will do an update on everything as we go along. I'm going to give this about a week to 10 days to really start get going, and I'll do an update probably next weekend and let everybody know how everything is going with it. Same thing with my Monia. I keep updating everybody on that as well. But stay tuned. I got some special stuff coming in this week. I'll be doing a video on that as well. Something different. And one of the things I'm very excited about, because I've been wanting to get some anyway. So subscribe to the channel and you'll see more. But like I said, it should be here Wednesday or Thursday of this week. So I'm kind of excited to get 4 of the fish that I got, because it was something that I've been wanting since I was about 7 years old. So it's kind of a dream fish for me. So anyway, thank you for watching. Y'all have a great night. Take care.